Hey,
Hello.
cheers.
Cheers. Oh,
Merry
Merry Christmas.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to everybody that's
Yeah, to
watching. Awesome.
everybody. Oh my gosh. Yeah, here we are. We're live. And
It's
I
been
don't
a month since we've done this.
listen, I'm so spaced out. I just got home from work like maybe what about 45 minutes ago. And
And I'm spaced out because I've been working all day myself with health
yes.
insurance renewals. It's like,
Yep.
oh my gosh. It is
Yeah.
tis the season.
Oh
Tis
my
the
goodness.
season.
And you know the
Oh,
thing that gets to me is this season goes by so fast. Why do we always
yes.
feel like we're in a rush and it's just going, going, going? And it's like, can we just slow it down? So, what is going so fast? Is it because we put so
I
much on
know.
our plate? Or is it because
Yeah.
literally we're thinking there's only like 25 days? I
And we're
don't
getting a
know.
little older, so it
Well,
goes
that
by
is true.
faster. I don't know.
Well, hi,
Well, thank
everyone.
you,
Yeah.
everybody. Yes. Go
Thanks
ahead.
for joining us. No, sorry. Thanks for joining us.
Yes.
I always got to say hi to my Michigan, and then there's Wisconsin and Florida. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
All of you
Yes, and our
guys.
Facebook. Thanks for our watchers on our people watching on Facebook, YouTube,
Mhm.
those that listen to the show on their favorite podcast apps such as Spotify, Pandora, Google, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio. I can't believe I say that every
No,
time, but it's
listen,
like those are a lot of different
I
avenues or
yeah,
outlets.
I can't
It's
believe it
amazing.
either, but I also wanna give a a shout out if any of you guys follow me on Instagram, but you're here on Facebook, YouTube, or whatever, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. We've said it before, but the technology and and just the consistency and the sound and everything is just so much better if we do it this way. So,
Yes, agreed, agreed. And we have to have special thank you to Naveed, our producer,
yes.
because I sent him a text a minute ago and I said, God bless you for helping us old ladies. Because Deb's refrigerator was running and it was making noise. We are trying to test, and I go, we couldn't get the noise cancellation to work. So she went to unplug her
Oh my
refrigerator
gosh. Oh,
so we don't have noise in the back. Isn't
oh dear.
that funny?
Bless Deb's heart. We're
I
gonna
know.
have our good friend on
I
here
know.
because isn't that what the holiday
Yes.
days is all about? It's about family. It's about reconnecting. It's about seeing our family again that we may not see very often because of distance or just life or just whatever. And but it's also
I know.
friends. Staying connected to friends, like I stay connected to a lot of
Stink.
friends that are far away, like my friend Kay, who may be on here, Ellen, Kathy, Mickey. I mean, just so many people that
Awesome.
it's just, it and I think that's one of the reasons why the holidays seem to go by so fast because it's like, wait a minute, I
Yeah,
want more. I've realized how long it's been, since we've
I
stayed
know, and how
connected.
special it is,
Yeah.
right? And how special that is. So, yeah, well, let's give a few special shout outs to Little People Big World fans because we're gonna have a little bit of, news for that, and I do wanna say hi to Hannah Weimer. She said she's
Okay.
always wanting me to say hi, so hi to Hannah Weimer, but go ahead. Let's start the, shout outs.
Oh, look at that, Quincy, Michigan, near, Detroit. Halifax, Nova Scotia, awesome. Okay, Mary Winans,
Awesome.
Kaiser, Oregon. Hey, neighbor, hello.
Woo! Hello, Ava Summers from Los Angeles, California. Welcome.
And then we have, Peter Corning from Boston, Massachusetts.
Ooh, I bet it's cold there right
Yeah, it could
now.
be, yeah, yeah,
Oh, and then Dawn Downey from Charlotte, North Carolina. Welcome, welcome. Let's get
yeah.
some people on here. We've got Teresa B from California,
We have Terry from Iowa. Oh, here's
Rhonda
Kendra from
Mork.
Massachusetts.
Ooh, welcome.
Norway. Did you
Ooh,
see Norway?
Norway.
Wow.
Yes. Amazing.
Oh, yeah, Halifax,
Uh,
Nova Scotia, Vermont.
Lisa from Vermont,
Yeah,
Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Elizabeth.
Oh, I bet it's cold there.
I think it
Oh,
is right now, tell you the truth. Cincinnati, Ohio. Thank you. Oh, Amy.
Michigan.
Oh, Traverse
Yeah,
City.
from
Yep,
Mich
Traverse City, Michigan. I remember always
Oh.
calling that we always called it like the resort area. Kim from
Oh,
Connecticut.
really? Very cool. Greenville. Brantford, Ontario. Oh my gosh, they're going by so fast. Oh, Des Moines, Iowa. Hey, shout out to Des Moines, Iowa.
We have
I
hello
used
from Japan. Barbara, what in the world are you
Bar-
doing in Japan? Oh my
oh my
goodness. Wow,
gosh.
that's
Thanks for
awesome. What an experience.
Toledo, Ohio, Stacy Carey.
Oh, we have Panama City, Florida. I think, if I remember where Panama is, I think it's in the panhandle of Florida, I think. Beautiful. Oh my gosh. Destin, Florida, all of that. Gorgeous sand, gorgeous area. I just love it. We got Detroit,
Granbury,
Michigan.
Texas.
Yep.
Granbury, Texas. Okay,
Dan
I'm trying to
from
grab
Waterford,
some of these.
Michigan. Boston. Petoskey, Michigan. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, people. I just love my home state. Oh my gosh. We have Granbury,
Laura from North.
Texas.
Oh, Laura from North Carolina. Let's see
It's
who's
raining here in Sas- Saskatoon. That's super strange. Saskatoon is usually like the North Pole, so it's probably way up there.
Oh,
So,
wow.
Melanie, oh
Wow.
my goodness. Love
Then
to
we have Deidre from Australia. Welcome.
wow. Yeah, so again, Lisa and I are so appreciative of all of you joining on this chat. We're gonna try and get some questions in there and,
Yeah,
oh, gosh,
yeah.
I forgot to look on my Instagram or Facebook of all those I'm gonna have to go back there and answer some
Questions.
questions that people may have had for this live. I remember one of them.
Oh,
So, when we get to questions or
okay.
whenever, we
We'll
can
get
do
to
that.
them.
Kansas
Well,
City.
we're going to talk about holiday reflection, celebrating together, a toast to health, and the new year. Hopefully, we can get all these things in, but with Deb, I'm sure we can because all these relate
Yeah,
the holiday reflections.
yeah.
And I have a cute video that I think we're going to show
Really?
about a holiday reflection of you and I and Art and Chris doing something
Oh
together.
my
So,
goodness.
we'll pop that in a little
Okay,
bit too,
why
and
are you
some
surprising
pictures.
me with
So,
this? Huh? Why?
huh?
Why are you surprising me
Because
with it?
I already posted it the other
Did you
day, so you
really?
already seen it. Yes,
Oh man.
yes.
I tell you,
So,
when you're doing a reality show, um, there's a lot to do around a reality show, but it's also you're filming yourself. You're filming about what you do or want to do or something like that. So it's like, oh my gosh, I got to get dinner on the table. Then they want to film it, and I'm making dinner while they're filming it. It's so great. But when you work, like have a different type of job, like I'm substitute
you're
teaching
out of the
now.
house, and you're out of the
Yeah, I'm
house.
out of the house. I'm not next to my fridge. I don't have all day to think about it. I come home and I'm thinking, "Oh my gosh, what do I cook for dinner?" So all of those questions that everyone asks me, "Oh, what do you cook for dinner? What's quick?" and stuff like that. I have to put a little more thought into it because, who wants to go into a
Yeah.
big, huge thing? So to me, anyway, I don't know why I got onto that tangent, but crock
Well,
pots are
that's
great.
okay.
Pasta is great.
Yeah,
Make
someone wants a recipe of a charcuterie board. That's so fun. You can do so many things with
yeah.
that. So
I
many
wasn't a
things.
fan into this butter thing that took on
That was
TikTok.
weird. I don't see it for the
No,
holidays,
I just like butter,
but
and you're smearing it all over. It's like I just thought of it as a mess, and then everyone's like, I don't know, it just seemed I didn't like it. That's
yeah.
all.
Well, here's a shout out to Wendy. Merry Christmas from Spanaway,
Oh, wow.
Washington State. I
Well,
don't know where
good.
that sounds cool.
Yeah, we
Cool.
need some more from the
Well,
Northwest here.
yeah. Well,
Oh,
everybody get
someone's
ready.
asking me, "Am I alive?" Sorry, Lisa.
Okay, we'll get into that. We'll get into
Okay.
that. You do see her. She is alive. This isn't a pre-taped show. Okay, she is alive.
No,
We'll
today
get
is
into
December
that.
7th, 4:11 Pacific
Uh-huh.
Standard Time.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, well, get ready for our giveaway at the end of the show. Two lucky winners will receive holiday fudge, which we have classic chocolate, chocolate cherry cordial, which is Chris's
Oh,
favorite,
yeah.
white peppermint
I love it,
candy
yeah.
cane, and peanut butter chocolate. Oh
Oh,
my gosh. So there's still time to get that fudge. But two lucky winners, one from Facebook, one from YouTube. We might throw in a surprise on top of that at the end when we give out the code. So wait for the
oh,
code
you
at
don't
the
give
end
out
and
the
you'll
surprise
type
right
it in.
now? You wanna wait?
No, let's wait.
Oh, you
Yeah,
wanna
let's
make them
wait.
wait? Okay, you
We're
guys,
gonna
she's
add
the
to
bad
it.
guy right now, okay? She's making you wait.
Making you wait, because we're gonna talk about that at the end
Okay.
too, so,
All right.
yes, yeah,
All
so
right.
wait for the code word at the end of our show, and you have a chance to win fudge and a surprise, and if you don't win or you just wanna order fudge for the holidays, you can scan on the QR code right there, right now, and order. It ships out within the next day or 2, so you still have plenty of time to get it before the holidays, hopefully, and, this would be the perfect time to get it, bring it to your friend's house, eat it yourself. It's so good.
Okay,
Bring it to a party.
there was a person that says that she wasn't sure of the peppermint fudge. What the peppermint fudge is,
Mm,
think of like peppermint chocolate. It's a base of a chocolate, the dark chocolate,
white chocolate.
but you
White.
throw, crushed candy canes in there, which is peppermint and a little bit of whatever else peppermint. This is now white chocolate with crushed
Yeah.
peppermint on top of it, like you saw in the picture. So think
Creamy.
of yeah, it's more creamy. It's wonderful. You're gonna love it. So I'm having a little
Yeah.
bit of coffee because I never win at Bunko.
Mm.
It's like, oh brothers, I can't even win my
Oh.
$5 back. Anyway,
Oh
so
no. Well,
sometimes
2 people are asking. Oh,
no,
sorry.
go
Go
on.
ahead. Go ahead. 2 people are asking, do we ship to Mexico, 1 to Canada? And because of the freshness of the product, we can't ship it out of the country because it would take too long, so it's a little fragile.
Well, I think it's
But
also
you
because it's a
can.
food product and we're not approved to ship
Yeah,
overseas.
yeah,
So
yeah. Well, it just doesn't work out, so,
yeah.
yeah. So sorry, I didn't mean to, yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt. So talk to us about what you're doing, getting ready for. So we're wearing ugly sweaters.
Well,
Ugly sweaters.
I don't
You're
know.
wearing ugly
Well,
pajamas.
some people may call this ugly, but you know how the fad is that everyone, the family or whoever buys matching pajamas. So I bought these kind of pajamas for. Well, this looks upside down. How can that be? The reindeer is not
It
upside.
does.
Oh, it is upside
Is
down.
it? Do you have it on inside out?
Oh God,
What?
I hope not. No,
Do you have it on backwards?
no, no. I just realized that. Oh, I think one row one row is
That is
upside down
funny.
one row is upside down reindeer, and the other one is right
Oh,
side up.
okay.
Anyway, these were matching pajamas that I got for Chris and I. Excuse me. A couple of years ago. So at Bunko, the person that's hosting said, "Well, why don't we, all get together and play Bunko in our pajamas, have mimosas, and it's like half the time, who cares about the dice being rolled?" But anyway, and
Yeah,
we usually have food and stuff like that. So we're all wearing pajamas. So I'm wearing pajamas instead of
fun.
the ugly sweater. Sorry, Lisa, that was a
Ooh,
change, a remembrance
it all
of a
works.
change. Yeah,
It all
yeah,
works, and I think when Deb comes on, she'll have a holiday sweater of some
oh
sort
yeah,
too, so,
yeah,
yeah, it's all
yeah.
good. It's all
But
good.
when we
Well, I
talk,
think.
oh, go on. Okay, yeah.
No, go ahead.
Well, I mean, my most favorite holiday memories is although I've shared this before when I went back as a kid. I even shared it in my book. In fact, I've got a few more books left. Very few. So if y'all want to get my book, A Little Me, um, do so now. Go to Amy
Yeah,
Roloff's Little Kitchen. I only have a few left. Anyway,
.com.
I wrote about being able to,
Ooh, there it
yeah,
is. You can buy it right there.
yeah.
Scan it on. Great for holiday
But I
gifts.
wrote it in that book, but I still to this day, I mean, I hope I always remember it when we did a live nativity scene for the church that, I was attending with my family. I've attended all my life until I moved. But we had a live nativity scene and I was the angel. I felt so special. I was probably in late grade school or maybe junior high. But here's little old me climbing up this ladder, boop, 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 boop. Like the little Santa Claus, the little motorized Santa Claus
Yes.
climbing up the ladder. Do, 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 do. Anyway, um, man, it was like winning a famous part in a play. It was like because it was live, I just felt like, wow, the angel gave the message, what was happening, what
Yes.
was coming.
That was
Anyway,
the most
that
powerful part.
and then the other one is, oh my gosh, Matt and I, we spoiled those kids. we would get a babysitter. This is when Toys R Us was around, at least out here. We would
Oh,
shop,
yes.
like, as soon as they went to bed, like 8 o'clock. We would not come home until midnight. Our car was boatload stuffed with toys and things, and, here's our little tree. It was probably at least 4 feet out, if not more, just the whole tree was just surrounded with. I look at it to this day and I'm
Wow.
like, "Man, we were idiots," of doing all of that. But, it's almost like
Oh.
as a parent, you have fun shopping for your kids
Oh,
because it's like
yeah. It is fun.
you wanna go back nostalgia and get them the toys that you couldn't have or they weren't around or
Or brought you joy,
yeah,
so then it's like it triggers your
it
childhood memory,
does.
right? Yes,
And then you
and
wanna
it's,
buy
like,
them a toy
magical,
that
you
you and then you
magic.
wanna buy them a toy you wouldn't mind playing with.
Yeah. 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 Well, Patricia, thank you for joining us.
Mhm.
It's her first live. Thank you, thank you.
She's watching from
And, yeah,
Virginia.
so I think our first kind of story, we wanna bring Deb in and just talk about holiday reflections. Let's bring her in, and then, Naveed, we could switch over to that little kinda talk about Amy and I doing a little fun get together in 2019.
Hi, guys.
Hey, Deb, it's been
My
so long.
my cat just jumped up on my keyboard, and I thought it was
Oh,
gonna
dear.
disconnect us. Oh,
Handsome. That's
handsome,
handsome.
Yeah.
handsome. Oh my goodness.
Awesome.
That's
Yes, I do
another
have
thing.
Well, we were just
this holiday sweater on.
there you go. I love that. I
Oh, I
love
do
that.
too. That's another thing we could
I
talk
love the
about
sparkles.
is how pets, can ruin a Christmas
Yeah.
or, you
Oh,
know,
ruin?
well, chew the presents, take the bulbs off the tree.
Oh.
It's like I had Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, like, it looks like he's pulling the sleigh in my house, and suddenly I see Daisy chewing on it, I'm like, "What happened to
Oh,
Rudolph's
no.
tail? What
Oh
happened to a
my
little bit of
gosh.
his
Oh.
ear?"
Oh,
I'm like,
no.
"Daisy,
Oh.
you can't chew on Rudolph."
Oh. Yeah, I used to have those icicles that you'd put on the tree years
Mhm.
ago, the
Yep.
tinsel,
Oh, yeah.
and one time my cat got it, and I had to help him remove it, and it was the most disgusting thing ever, and he
Yeah.
always wanted to eat the tinsel
You
off
mean
the
you had
tree,
to
so I had
remove it
to
at the
quit
end?
doing that
You had to remove it
at
from
the
the
end.
end.
Yeah.
It wouldn't come completely out. It
That's
was
funny.
Oh my
disgusting.
gosh.
That's so funny.
Yes.
Oh,
Gross. Well, we were just talking about like reflecting on holiday fun, and I just wanted to play a video, Naveed, if you have it, of Amy and Chris and Arden went to go see Kenny G in
Oh,
concert
yeah, okay, I saw that.
in 2019. And so just kind of reflecting back on
Was it
some fun we've had
oh, y
in the
oh,
past.
yeah.
And let's see if Naveed has this. Uh, oh, there'll be no sound. So he's just going to show the video
Well,
because
we
the
can talk
sound,
over it,
yeah, we can talk
right?
over it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, this was, what was it? We decided to go to the Kenny G concert, Lisa?
It was the Oregon Symphony. Oh, our mics
Oh,
have to
Mike's
be
mic will
muted.
be muted.
Okay, well, let me do a little story. We went to the Oregon Symphony. Am I muted now or no?
No,
Can you hear me?
I
Okay,
can,
good.
yeah,
Okay. So we decided to do something for Christmas. Remember, we wanted to go out for a nice
yeah.
dinner with our men and dress up. And then we went to see Kenny G for Christmas music at the Oregon Symphony. So, and Amy participated in a drawing where
I
she
never win
actually
anything.
won. She won the donated saxophone
Yes,
from Kenny G,
yes,
and the money
yes.
went for helping kids with music here in Oregon. So
Yep.
let's play the little video.
Okay, wow.
Fun. Christmas holiday memories.
I'm not
How
sure I
fun
like that
was
one
that?
smile, man. I think I hadn't finished chewing food. Well, in order to bring Debbie into this, I remember I don't think you were with us a lot. I can't remember, Lisa, but because she was part of Providence Child Center,
Mhm.
she was part of Providence, like the whole Christmas tree,
Yep.
Oh,
fundraising
yeah.
event, and I went there. We used to go to the party before it and
Yeah.
everything. I mean, we used to do so much before COVID, and
Yeah.
that was a wonderful event to go with you, Deb.
Yeah. That was awesome.
Yes, very
Yeah.
cool.
Being on the board because I was, on the board for 10 years, we got VIP
Yeah.
tickets the night before. And so Amy got to be my little guest. And
But
we
I
had
mean, that was
so
a good memory for you, wasn't it? Just being a
I
part of
love
that
that.
and
I
the
love,
fundraising and what it did.
decorated trees for probably a good 11 years.
Yeah.
My whole family was involved. I mean, it was a really
Yeah.
special time to do the Festival of Trees. It
Well, if
was
any
so
of
And
you
you
guys have
donate
any
the
memories you
trees,
want to,
right?
oops, if you guys have any memories or something that you want to share, ask a question, we'll put you up here and get you guys
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
involved in this.
yeah, it's so
Yeah.
good to. We used to, as a family, when the girls were little, on Christmas Day, go to the domestic violence shelter, West Women's Shelter, and prepare a kind of a brunch type breakfast every Christmas. We'd have our
Yeah.
Christmas and then head there and cook and decorate for all the women and children that were there. That
Mm.
was a fun memory too.
Nice.
And I
Nice.
remember that one of your traditions, Deb, wasn't it brunch with the family too?
Yep, yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Every Christmas, exactly.
Yeah.
This year we're going to do it on the 23rd.
Yeah.
I just decided, the kids have their kids. They've got
Yeah.
plenty of things going on. They've got their own in-laws. I'm not going to take up their Christmas morning. I'm going
Yeah.
to let them be a family so we can
Yeah.
select a day before, a day after. So
You
doing
know
a
what? That is what I'm doing as well because Christmas is kind of weird, being in this weekend type of
yeah,
thing when it
Yes.
falls.
Yes.
And so, Jer and Odge, and I think even Zach and Tori, now that they live in Battleground, they kind of want to, just wake up in the morning with their kids, do the Christmas thing, and then have breakfast. Just really not be stressed about, okay, we got to hurry because we got to go here, here, here.
yeah,
So yeah, I
Right.
I think the
Right.
same thing. It's like I don't. It doesn't matter to me if that we don't like get together actually on Christmas Day. So we're doing it on the 21st. All the kids are going to come over to my house again, which I'm so excited, of course, and see the
Nice.
grandbabies. And one of the things that's really cool that I used to do with my extended family, all the cousins, meaning all my grandkids, they all picked out names. And so, like Josiah, of course, Tori and Zach will help. Josiah has one of the cousins. Mateo has one of the cousins. So that way it helps them get involved in picking out a gift for one of their cousins. But also economically, it's not like
yeah,
all four of them have to give, 7
That's a
gifts.
idea.
yeah,
So yeah, I thought it was
I think a
fantastic. So I
lot
said,
of
yeah,
families do that now.
yeah.
yeah.
I'm all for drawing names. It's so much easier.
Yeah. No, it is. So, and I remember doing that. So I'm like, yeah, let's do it at my house. It's great.
So
Awesome.
fun. I
So
love it.
Oh,
the
here's
other
a
thing,
fun question.
oh yeah,
Oh,
no, go on.
here's a fun question. What are each of your favorite Christmas songs?
Oh
Deb,
my
what's yours?
gosh.
Gosh. There's one by Dolly Parton. Um, I can't remember the name of it, but Dolly Parton sings it.
Yeah.
It'll drive me crazy. I'll try and think of it before we
You know
get
what
through.
one of mine is? And I don't know why I do
What?
this because Christmas means a lot to me and I the message for me of Christmas, the birth of Jesus and all this stuff is go tell it on the mountain. Because so many people,
Oh,
may not know about the Christmas that I know or Jesus and everything. And so I love that song. Go tell it on the
tell
mountain,
it on the
over the
mountain,
hills,
over the hills and
everywhere.
everywhere. Okay, we can only
And I
sing that
love the
much.
drummer boy.
Yes.
When
So I was
the
going to say
sleigh
that's my
told
favorite.
me the rum-pa-bum-bum.
Yes.
Rum-pa-bum-bum. That's
I
my
think you're a
favorite,
little
but
delayed, Lisa.
I am.
I don't
Oh
know.
no. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, and I also
So,
like White Christmas because I always have to watch the movie with Bing Crosby
yeah,
and
White
that
Christmas. Dan
White
Kane
Christmas. Oh my
and
gosh. Beautiful.
Rosemary Clooney.
Yep.
Yes.
And I can't remember the other actress's name. Okay, let's this. What is your favorite Christmas movie?
Oh,
Oh.
That's a tough one.
goodness.
There's so many, and I like all the classics.
Yeah.
Love Actually is
Yeah.
huge. I love that one. I really got
The
into
newer
that
ones.
one when I married Chris. The other one that I like is I really like Scrooge. Because I like
Mm.
that
Yeah.
story. I like how, and it kind of reminds me of what if sometimes Christmas isn't a fun time to celebrate for a lot of people because, either their parents have passed or they have a spouse that passed or they're really going through a difficult time right now. Or life is just the pits and they're all, oh, it's a wonderful life. Yes,
I
I was
Gloria.
That's
that one.
mine.
That's
Oh,
one of my
Yeah.
favorites.
Yeah. The
but
classic
Scrooge,
original.
but
Yes.
Scrooge to me also reminds me of how you can change, how people can change other people if they constantly, believe and have hope and just show them the good. Yes, life is bad and he was scringy and, all this stuff, but he turned around and he did so good. I mean, I don't know, it just applies to all of us. But no, you're right. Scrooge comes second. It's a Wonderful Life comes first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Wait, what was that? Bing Crosby was
Bing.
a relative of Phyllis.
Oh,
Was a relative of mine. He was my father's
mother's
mother's
Mother.
sister's
sister's son.
son.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
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 Very
Phyllis.
cool. Very
That
cool.
is something to take note of.
And I left Home Alone because I watched that with my kids. It came out when my kids that are 40 years old and 39 now, that came out when they were like, I don't know, 7 and 8. And it was just so funny at the
Yeah.
time. So funny. Yes. So that one really is still a good one for me too.
Well,
Another fun
Lampoon
one.
Christmas.
What was?
Or no, is it Lampoon Christmas or what is that show with
Oh,
Chevy Chase?
like with Chevy Chase.
Yeah.
I love that one.
Oh yeah,
What's
Christmas with
Family
the
Stone?
Cranks.
Family
Yeah.
Stone. I've not
It's
seen that one.
about one of I think Jamie Lee Curtis was in it. Christmas with
Oh,
the
Oh.
Cranks, I think. And
fun.
how one of
Oh.
them Oh yeah, Baltimore
Oh,
Christmas. I
Bill.
saw that on
Uh,
Hallmark. Deb,
Bill.
I
I'm gonna
know.
have to come over your house.
We got to do our Hallmark movie
I
night, guys.
know.
Up in the.
We still haven't done that.
I know, with the fireplace up there and everything.
Maybe we can do it over Christmas break.
Can we do that, please? I would love that.
Oh,
Yeah,
look at
we
that.
could
I
do it
saw
over
you,
Christmas
Amy,
break.
last week. This is Debbie Lynch. Yeah, at the market as you were going into the market. Debbie, hi. I think, what was that? In the evening time, maybe? I can't remember. I love this. This is so fun. Well, the thing
Okay.
the thing I was going to share too is that, a lot of us have family traditions. And when we haven't had a good Christmas, um, um, we often want to do so much more as adults
Yeah.
and have a good Christmas
Mhm.
for, our kids and have them have good memories of it. And that, but how do you help people who are just having a rough time this Christmas? Like whether it be alone,
Right.
whether they're going for a divorce, through a divorce or relational, they're just having a tough time. And then also families.
Yeah.
Sometimes some
Yes.
holidays aren't enough to bring families together. And
Yeah.
that is, it makes me very sad because, I don't know the hurt and stuff like that going on in a lot of families. But I just think Christmas is two 4-letter words. It's all about love and hope.
Yep.
And
Mhm. Mhm.
yeah, I just
And
wish
Kim, we're so sorry. Oh boy.
Spam people.
Kim, we're sorry about your losing your husband,
Yeah,
and it can be a hard
it
time.
is.
And sometimes we have to do things for other people to kind of keep our mind off
Yeah,
of our own
it
situation,
is
right?
true.
So
Yeah.
it's
As easy as
tough.
that is said, it does work. To reach out and volunteer just for a day. You don't have to make a big, huge commitment, but really to do something for someone else. It could be a neighbor or it could be someone in your family or something. Because I think it's one of the reasons why my 95-year-old father, who's going to turn 95 January 1st, has lived well after my mom passed away in 2019 because he has his church, he has that connection, he has
Yep.
community. He has some good
Community.
neighbors that keep an eye out for him, and he's got some friends, and of course my sister is there. But if you
That's
really do
good.
know someone that's alone or just has a hard time asking if they can be a part of it, we've opened up our home to some of our farm
Hmm.
workers who had no place to go or anything, and just some friends who were just all by themselves. And I'm like, let's, come over our house, have dinner,
Yeah.
Yeah,
things like
we
that.
did that at Thanksgiving. We actually had it at my son's house, and my younger son is going to school to be a commercial pilot, and his flight instructor is
Hmm.
originally from South Korea, and he's here, and his wife, and it was so lovely talking to them and having them at the
Yeah.
table with us. And then another friend came with from my son, and she had lived in Korea for a year, so they ended up talking, and
Wow.
it made him feel good and familiar. And so yeah, very, you never know
Yeah.
what you bring to the table, right?
You
Exactly.
know what? We missed this one question. I think it was by a woman, Debbie, who it's hard when different family members have different.
Expectations.
Oh,
Yes, different
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
expectations of what
it
to do.
is.
You were going to go into that a little bit, Amy, about, how some family members want to do the different things,
Yeah.
or
No, no, it's
yeah.
it's it's hard, and I think, everyone wants to hold on their little piece of something that's very important, which is tradition, which is a very significant holiday, but sometimes you have to let that go.
Yeah.
Still keep those traditions maybe within your own family, but appreciate that other people have others, and sometimes it's like, depending on what those expectations are, um, um,
Yeah.
um allow one to happen. Say, "Okay, if this is what you do, let's do that this year
Yeah.
and combine it with this one." Share
Right,
those
don't make it
traditions,
so
take turns.
rigid.
Yeah.
Right, right, don't make it so rigid. I hear what you're saying. Yeah, let's try something different. And
Well, it's like my
yeah,
kids.
this
They're
is
married
very
to
cool.
other people now. It's like I
Yeah.
can't, expect Jeremy or
Yeah,
Zachary and Jacob and Molly to, "Oh no, my mom, this is what we did at home." It's like embrace other people's
yeah.
Right.
and kind of learn how to meld them together. So I appreciate that because that is hard. Expectations. We
Mhm.
all have them
Yeah.
in every situation. And sometimes I just think we need to breathe and just let it go
Let it
and
go, let it go.
just
Yeah.
yeah.
My My son Dominic, the youngest one, he's turning into this foodie guy, right? You helped me shop for him the other day for some kitchen things because he's just into cooking. And so for Christmas dinner, we usually, because I'm Italian, we do every Christmas Eve meatballs, pasta, the sauce. I mean,
Ooh.
that's, you walk into the house, it smells like Christmas, right? Well, he wants to cook a goose on Christmas Day. And I'm like, do it. Let's try it. Let's try it. I want to do something new, fun. It doesn't have to be exactly the same every
Exactly.
year, right?
Yep. Yep.
I
Yeah.
want to
So we're going to, that's different.
yeah, no, absolutely. I want to this one Darlene Tucker, she has a question here about when you're the house that everyone comes to and like me and you're making this great big dinner and but the people are staying for a whole week and you're
Ooh.
like, "Well, I got to have this, I got to have this, I have it." The
That's a
suggestion that I
lot.
would the suggestion I would have for you, Darlene, would be go ahead and make the big dinner, whatever that may be, and maybe do the breakfast right afterwards. But if they're staying with you, for several days, like a week, take turns. Have each member take a turn to do a
Yeah.
meal. So that way, I think everyone feels like they're sharing in their time in this week long time together, family. They know their kids and stuff like that. But I would really just say, hey, why don't you take dinner tonight, and I'll do breakfast that day. Share it, and because I think my kids keep telling me this, Mom, you don't have to do it all, which of course I enjoy doing it,
They
but it's
yes,
true.
but you feel like you have to do it all. I know
Yeah,
Deb's like that too. The table has to be right,
yeah,
everything, and sometimes we lose track of what are
Yeah,
we really enjoying. If the pressure is so much, how are we even enjoying the holiday if we're doing
exactly.
all
yeah.
these things, you know? So, yeah, I love that idea of having take turns with cooking, and you could even have grab and go things at the house, sandwiches, things where people can make their own.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
Yep.
just have things in the
Yep.
refrigerator for them, and because that's tough when the pressure's on you to entertain 3 times a day meals, and
Well, I also think,
that's a lot.
it is a lot, and I also think you don't like exactly what you're saying, Lisa. You don't have to
Yeah,
take it all on yourself and do everything, but it's also a
Right.
way to make other people feel included, needed,
Yep.
appreciated, that they have an
yes,
opportunity to share making
a
something or
part
something
of
like
it.
that. But,
I
Exactly.
love that.
and stuff like that. So,
Well,
darling, that's what I would have to say for
Yeah,
you.
when my girls show up when we have the brunch, when all the family shows up, they just kick right in.
Yeah.
Tiffany will finish up um, the hash browns. Carrie will make a cocktail or take care of us as far as that goes.
Hmm.
So there's always a place they already know what to go do.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
step in and put on their aprons and start doing something. So,
You know what I love? If someone will help me clean up.
oh,
you know,
yeah,
honestly, my son-in-laws are the ones that are doing the cleanup, which is really nice. So the daughters are helping,
yeah,
grandkids are helping, and then they all get together, and the son-in-laws mostly are the ones cleaning up, which makes me
That's
happy.
awesome because
I love
everyone
that.
has a
yeah, it
job
doesn't
and yeah.
yeah. Doesn't Chris, Art does that at
Oh
my
yeah.
house too. If I'm cooking, Art will just step right in and clean up after and do the dishes, and but now my kids are older and they've really come to appreciate what it takes because they'll do meals
Yeah.
too, and so they'll come in and help out like right away. Right
Right.
away.
Here's a comment
So,
here
I
that
like yeah.
yeah, it's from Chelsea. Chelsea, thank you so much. But she's commenting on that that her 12-year-old daughter and her watch my cooking videos that I do. And she happens to be from Michigan. But her daughter has found the love of cooking from watching my videos. I mean, that
That's
just
great.
warms my heart. I'm so
Yeah.
I
excited
love
about that,
that.
Yeah.
I
because
love
that's
that.
what I was really hoping, to do is just to inspire, younger people, newly married people, but also even if you just have two people in your home, just modify the recipe as to quantity, and it can bring you guys together and do something together in the kitchen and have conversations when sometimes when you're just with,
Mhm.
the other person for so long, it's like, geez, what do we talk about? We'll make dinner
I
together.
know, I know. Yes. I wanted to post this. Melissa,
Yeah.
she said her husband passed a month ago and she's struggling hard with depression. I don't go out. I've become antisocial. Know what to do with my sadness has completely taken over. What are your thoughts, ladies?
For
Well,
me, I've got a good friend and a cousin who both lost their husbands this year, and they're
mhm,
dealing with almost the same thing. Even if you don't feel like socializing, do something for yourself. And when I walk, whether I'm having a good day or a bad day,
yeah.
just getting out of the house and going for a walk can help a lot of things.
Yes.
And so, not
Mhm.
saying you have to get out and socialize and be around people. You don't want to do that, don't do it.
Yeah.
But just do something for
Yeah.
yourself, whether you go for a walk or you cook something that's fun. I mean, make something that is going to bring you a little bit of joy. And each day it will get better, I
Hmm.
guarantee. But it's going to take time. But if you
Yeah.
do something once every day for yourself, meditate, take a long bath, do a walk,
Pray.
pray, absolutely.
Yeah.
It will get better.
Go look and see if your next door neighbor needs anything. Maybe cook a meal and bring over to somebody else. Make some cookies, do some things, and give them to somebody that might need your joy. From you bringing that to them. And again, I think that can take your mind off some of your own trouble if you're helping others. Volunteer for the day. Go to a soup kitchen or
But
um,
I think it's hard. The one thing I wanted to point out, because she did indicate that it was just a month ago.
Right.
That is,
yeah,
it's I'm so sorry you're
Hard.
having to go through that, especially during the holiday times, which is the hardest time
The
ever.
hardest.
Any time is hard, but especially during the holiday. Give yourself time to grieve. Don't
Yep.
think that you've got to be over
mhm.
this because it's been a month.
Right,
Give yourself
right.
time to appreciate those memories that you've had with him and the things that you've done.
Yep.
Sometimes it's maybe eventually you'll want to go back and do those things or go back to those places you visited, and hopefully those will give you warm, fuzzy memories. He's still with you
Yeah,
because he's still in your heart, he's
right.
still in your memories, but give yourself time. But it, like we said earlier, it's easy to say, but I'm a true believer it does work. Take small baby
Baby
steps. Don't
steps.
feel like you've got to go out and suddenly socialize with everyone. But if you've got family around,
Right.
you may not want to reach out to all of them, but find someone that maybe you have that connection, friendship with, that you can just vent or just express yourself and maybe cry in front of.
Mhm.
But also
Yeah. Yeah.
do something very little for someone else. It's
Yes.
amazing how that changes your, what do you call it, endorphins or whatever,
Yeah.
because
Just
it
you
takes
yes.
your mind off of what you're going through, and you're not pushing it aside, but you're changing the perspective of
Right.
it. And so yeah, so
Well,
I
and and
yeah.
and I want to be very clear, if anybody is suffering from
Yep.
depression or anything from a mental health standpoint, please seek
Yeah.
care if you need it.
Yeah.
I like that Melissa put that she was a part of Grief Share. There
Mhm.
are support groups out there.
A
Yeah.
lot.
There are 800 numbers. There are places that you can call. So please, if something takes a turn, make sure you
Yeah.
do get professional help
Because you
if you
don't
need it. I
have to
just
be alone in this,
Yep.
and there may be
right.
a group, a small little group just around in your community that if you are older, there's a lot of older people that are going through this, um, that have, some sort of commonality. Each story is different, but the commonality is that you lost someone,
Right.
and especially when you lose a spouse.
Yes.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. So oh, here's something from Lynn. She's asking, "What do you cook for Christmas dinner, Amy?"
Well, I'm all over the page on that one. I've had ham. Oh, that lovely honey baked ham.
Ham,
I've had
ham.
turkey. I've had some kind of beef roast or something. I think one year I even did beef
Ooh.
stew. It might have been, I might have done
Mm.
something else when some of the kids were able to come over or something like that. But yeah, those are my three main things that I probably cook, and I'm debating what to do because I have everyone over. Oh, Zachary, Zachary goes. I had to watch some of the kids because they had a meeting to go to down here, or right around here. Anyway, he goes, "Well, mom, just make sure you make something that the kids will eat." And I'm like, "You know what? We're not having macaroni and cheese and
What?
hot dogs." I said,
But that was so
"Oh
fun
yeah."
watching the kids make that with you that time, the macaroni and cheese with Jackson. Oh
Yeah.
my
So
gosh,
Cute.
people still watch that video.
well, I might have 2 starchy stuff. So if I do roast beef, I'll probably do mashed potatoes because I don't know, during the holidays, mashed potatoes are just so good with
You got to.
gravy and
Yeah.
everything. It's just, oh. And then I
Yes.
might make macaroni and cheese, you know, just
Yes.
to
I
have
think
that,
that I think
you
that's
know.
been a request. You better listen to your child.
Well, roast beef, I just have to find a good cut of beef. And I've told people before, I'm not as savvy when it comes to a good cut of beef. Obviously, there's prime rib.
Oh.
but
Oh,
I want to do
yum.
something else.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
You
We'll
could
go
do
to the
it. You
meeting
could do a
what do
place.
you do,
tenderloin.
Deb?
So for my brunch, we've always had a
Oh,
tradition,
brunch. Yes, that's right.
and it was called the Christmas casserole. And
Yeah.
we got this recipe from Miriam years ago. So I always do the Christmas casserole, but I'm going to change it up a little bit this year. And
What's in the casserole?
so it's a layer of bread, like sourdough bread, and then you put sausage,
Oh.
brown sausage, eggs, cheese, mushrooms. I don't do onions because a couple of my kids don't like onions. And then a little bit of cream of mushroom soup and milk. You mix that together,
Wow.
pour it over the top. But this year I'm switching it up. The grandkids love my French toast casserole.
Oh, of
So
course.
I'm doing the breakfast casserole, French toast casserole, but I'm doing a eggs Benedict casserole.
Oh, wow.
And my
Oh,
daughter made
okay. Tell me about that because that's my favorite thing for breakfast.
See,
my
I do
daughter.
not like a runny yolk.
No,
Ew.
no, it's a casserole, but it
I love
was
it.
what's fun about it. My daughter made this we always do a family Easter brunch, and my daughter Carrie made this eggs Benedict casserole. So I have her recipe, and Lisa, I can send it to you. But it was to die for. It was amazing. So I'm doing the 3 different casseroles, and then all those you can make the night before. I make it simple. The next day I do sticky buns, which are just rolls that you let raise overnight, and they've got brown sugar, cinnamon, butter, butterscotch pudding. Sprinkle all that over it. Then I do hash browns, and I do a little bit of bacon and a little bit of sausage because my grandson James loves the sausage. So
Wow.
that's what I'm doing. It's so fun.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get some ideas from you. I
Uh,
usually keep it
yes.
simple. My big jam during the Christmas holidays, in which hopefully this weekend I can do some of it, is cookie making.
oh,
So I'm gonna
Yes.
try this like chocolate thumbprint cookie.
oh,
Put a
I
little
love those.
ganache. Put a little
Mm.
ganache in it, so you got chocolate on chocolate, and sprinkle it with
Oh my gosh.
crushed candy cane, so you have kind of that peppermint.
Ooh.
My snowball cookies and
Yum.
my ginger molasses cookies are in the cookbook that you guys can get, but I'm doing those
Ooh.
2 cookies. Then I'm going to do a cutout cookie because I keep trying. I finally realized that it's royal frosting that makes all those fancy, so we'll see. And then
Mm.
I want to do this cranberry crumb.
Crumb
Uh,
cake?
no, crumb bar. You know, like my blueberry ones in the cookbook?
Right?
Oh,
The blueberry ones,
yes.
but I'm going to
And
do like
here's
a cranberry orange, as where the blueberries would go. Because cranberries, yeah, during
yum.
Christmas, it's just so delicious.
Yeah, this is perfect. So, Amy's got
Yeah.
a cookbook out that we worked a long time and finally got it out about 6 weeks ago. So you can scan the
For that
QR
long?
code, and a lot of those recipes she mentioned, yeah, are in the
Yeah.
cookbook. It was in October, end of October, I think, is when we
Wow.
launched. So, and thank you everybody who helped participate in picking the cover for that
Yes.
cookbook. This was our community who helped us. So, but a lot of these yummy recipes are in here, and I think your macaroni and cheese is in here as well, right?
Yes, I think so. So I
Yes.
guess a lot
Yep.
of my menu
So
may come from this cookbook, but I want to emphasize it's not like all these recipes are Christmas recipes. These are
Right.
recipes, in my opinion, you can make any time of the year. It's
mhm.
just yeah, good
Well,
stuff.
I loved during the year when you were throughout the year while you were making the cookbook, and I got to be a part of your taster and help
Oh
you.
Yeah.
yeah.
It was so good. Even things
Yeah.
that I wasn't there when you made, if we met up shopping, you'd bring me a little bit, and I'm like, oh,
Oh yeah.
anything
Yes.
you make is
So
so
good.
good.
Yeah. Yeah, I got to rework my
So
schedule and get
good.
some more videos out there cuz now that I'm working differently. I should say I'm working differently cuz reality show you are working. I want to
Yes.
highlight this one suggestion for Melissa who recently lost her husband, but I think the one thing we have to remember too, don't wait till New Year's to do this big crash diet thing and all this
Yeah.
other stuff. Give yourself time to enjoy the holidays. I'm telling myself this basically, people, because all those cookies and everything, I'm like, Amy, maybe
Oh,
have
that's
2
too
or 3,
hard.
but you do not need
Yes.
6 or 8. Save it
Right.
for the next day or something.
Moderation.
But it's to just, yeah, just take care of you. Just take care of your health. There's a lot of drinking going on during this holidays, but be mindful of how many you're having, what
Yep.
you're eating. But I'm not a fan of denying yourself of all this because I think that's part of the fun of getting together. It's why we eat, it's why
Yep.
we gather, the
I
conversations, the
know.
chit chat and
The
everything. So,
memories, the chit chat.
yeah.
So I wanted to thank Rose earlier. I posted on here. She voted for the cookbook and that cover. So thank you, Rose, for doing that. And then, do you ladies know what pizzelles are?
I think
No.
it's probably a cookie.
What is it?
So Dan Bertoni's on here.
Oh,
He knows
yeah.
what it is. I am sure it's an Italian cookie, and we made them every year. And you have a little iron, like a waffle iron,
Oh,
and
yes.
you make this
Oh,
little batter, and you can put anise,
Yep.
or you can do. I've seen chocolate ones. I've seen different
Okay,
kinds,
I know
but
what you're
ours were
talking
all. They
about
look like
now.
I
a little snowflake,
Yep.
and they're flat, and they're a little cookie, and you
ooh.
dip them with your coffee, and oh my gosh, that's another memory of Christmas, the smell of making the pizzelles.
Do
And
Mhm.
in
you make
fact, I'm
those,
going to
Lisa?
make some. Yes, I do.
Oh,
I do. I have a recipe for
So
that.
you
I
So
must
I
have
love.
the
can
little
send you
piece
that.
of equipment to make that
I
little
would love
design on the
some.
I
cookie.
do. I have the
Okay.
Pizzelle iron. Yes.
Well,
Yes.
listen,
They're so
before we
fun to
get
make.
to doing the code here in the next 5 minutes or something, I'm going to show this one because I can't believe I didn't do it. Karen, great comment from Melissa. It's not only give yourself time, but give yourself a little grace because I'm a firm believer of this. Even if you just get out of bed, you did something. Take
Exactly.
these little baby
Yes.
steps because obviously your life has changed forever. It's different than what you expected, but give yourself time to embrace that different, those
Yes.
expectations
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. So, um,
And
yeah,
I
I,
like it when you say baby steps because everything you do in life, if you're not used to doing it, just take baby steps to get
yep,
closer to whatever you want to accomplish. That's important.
Yeah.
no, I
Yeah.
agree.
That's great.
I agree.
Yep.
So, anyway.
Gosh, what time is it
Good
already?
stuff.
4:55?
I
Well,
What? I
Deb,
can't
do
believe.
you wanna share anything else? I mean, you've got kind of a special someone in your life, a very good friend. Has
my
that been,
my Marky Mark. We're
yeah,
such good friends. We used to be in a relationship, and
yeah,
that was for 10 years, and then we broke up. Then we got back, but we
yeah,
became we're close. We're not in a committed relationship as far
yeah.
as intimacy and all that stuff. I know TMI. But to me, the
That's Deb,
relationship
that's our Deb.
the relationship is even better because
Yeah,
we're best friends.
yeah.
We are there for each other. I mean, we do
But it's nice
everything
to be able
together.
to have someone
Yep,
to embrace the holidays with like that,
exactly.
and,
He is going
Yes.
to be my life partner.
yeah,
That's the bottom line. And realizing that we had to break up to get back to that. And
yeah.
it's so wonderful to have that person in your life because, like, I had to go get a colonoscopy a couple weeks ago. He said, "Can I
Ooh.
drive you? Because you
Yeah.
can't drive yourself home." I'm like, "Thank you. That saves me from asking somebody else to take me and bring me home."
And
So,
that's what I mean about
Yes.
some, like she had just lost her husband and, other people,
yeah,
the older they get and everything. You don't need this big, huge circle of friends, but if you've got a few close ones,
yep,
sometimes it takes you to make that first step to ask that person, hey, let's get together for coffee, or hey, would you like to go see a
yep,
movie? And sometimes because if you want to be asked, well, they want to be asked, then no one ends up doing anything. So
exactly.
don't
Take the
be
initiative.
afraid, yeah, to take the
Yeah.
initiative, to take the first step and start off small, like going out for coffee or, or a cafe or, something like that. We tell our kids this all the time, but I tell you, for adults, I don't care what age you're at, it is still hard to do that.
Yeah.
Yes,
Like I
it
went to
is.
this Christmas dessert thing at church, a woman's Christmas. I'm going back to this one church that I went to a while ago, but I was like, I don't know anyone. I mean, nobody. I can't remember. But I thought, I would not have done this years and years ago. I would not. No way was I gonna show up at somewhere cold, not know anyone, but I did, and I was so glad I did because I remember seeing some of these faces that I did a while ago, and granted, the show, people a lot of times know me, but that's usually where it ends. "Oh, I love your show." I get it from everyone else, but when you're in your own community, it's like, "Well, I wanna get to know you."
Yeah.
But me being on a show, is that gonna stop you because I'm in this new element in your mindset? But I
Yeah.
I I took the initiative and I was glad. So
That's
people
awesome.
It's
Yeah.
fun.
don't be afraid and just embrace getting
Well,
outside your box a little
well,
bit.
look what you did 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago is when you first
Yeah.
started back at teaching. Our
Oh, yeah.
friend Amy, who's been
Scared to
on
death.
reality TV for 20 some years, gets dressed to the
Oh, yeah.
hilt and starts substitute teaching at a
Yeah.
school, local
Yeah.
school. For you to change your gears and think
Oh,
about
man.
Yeah.
something different in life
Yeah.
and to just
Totally.
go for it. Deb and I are so proud of you
I'm
Ugh.
so
for
proud of
just
you.
making that
Yep.
I
happen,
know, but I
guys.
miss cooking all the time.
I know you recreated yourself. You didn't just
Yeah.
stand off and say, "Okay, I'm not
Yes,
going to do anything. I'm going to get back in there and do something." And you're doing what you wanted to do all along.
It
all
is. It
along.
is
When I
so
first
true.
met you, you
It's
said, I
Yep.
wish I had gone
Yep.
back to school to be a teacher. And now you
Yep.
are. Now you are.
Yep.
And talk about
So
expectations of that.
I
Oh,
love
yeah,
that.
there I am. I
there, look
happened
at that.
well, I wore the dress because I was teaching a kindergarten class in the morning and the second half of a first grade class. So I've always been a fan of, I'm at their level, but I have to, put myself in a position while I'm at all these kids' levels that I'm an adult. And so, to me, it's like you got to not act the part, but you've got to at least look professional and, and because I can still be at their level, but it's easier for them to place me as an adult than if I were just,
But you just
whatever.
suited up
Thank you, Jay.
and went and got the job done.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought that
Well,
was
schools are a
amazing.
lot different than when we were growing up
Well,
or even
I
my
can't even
kids.
imagine. You were probably just shocked, like,
Oh, I was like, because sometimes I teach a class, but most of the time I'm subbing in a capacity that I think a lot more schools, need, and that's for special needs, whatever spectrum that is on. Um, but technology, I'm like, I
I
was in
don't know
a
how
fifth
you
grade, no, fifth grade. I was in a fifth grade class today, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like relearning stuff that I had forgotten
Yeah.
about. Fractions.
Yeah.
Okay, the denominator, that's the bottom number, right? Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. Then the numerator, that's on
the
top.
numerator, the denominator.
Then we were like, okay, how do you write a report? You get a title, where's your fact? I mean, she really had this laid out. This particular teacher had this laid out for the kids and I'm like, "Oh my gosh." It's like,
Nice.
"Can I learn with you guys?" Meaning, I know all
Silently
the
in the background.
well,
It's
I
coming
know
back
all
to you.
this. Yes, it's coming back. I know all of it, but it's like kind of
Yeah.
vague out there, and now it's
Right.
whoosh. So,
Exactly. I
yeah.
love that you're
Amazing.
recreating yourself. This is
Yep.
so good.
Kudos to you. Kudos to
Yes.
you.
Proud of you.
Yep. Yeah. Very
Yeah.
awesome.
Well, thank you guys.
Well,
Thank you. I'm, it's I tell you, after the first couple of days, I'm like, gosh, is this for me? Is this really I wanted to do? But I can always remember my dad. And as I told my kids when they joined a sports team, oh, I'm too tired. Oh, I don't want to go to practice. I said, what did mom tell you at the very beginning? You will go to every practice unless you're dying or sick.
yeah,
You will show up at every game. And at the end of the season, if you don't want to participate in this again,
Yeah.
we don't have
your
to. That's all
choice.
great. But
But
so many
follow
people
through.
give up because that initial thing, it may be hard.
Yeah.
It may make them feel uncomfortable. It may, feel like they're inadequate. And so I kept hearing my dad in the back of my mind, and I said, "Give
Oh,
it time. Just give it a
Give
little
it
more
time.
time." And you're kind of relearning the whole teaching lingo and how schools are done nowadays with all the technology and stuff. And so
Mm-hmm.
it gets easier. It gets easier. You're more wiser, and you kind of get an
Yes,
idea of what you're doing. So people don't. If you're going to try a new thing, don't be so quick to give up. And I think these young people are so quick to give up because, they get
Oh yeah,
uncomfortable. And I'm
yeah.
like, that's life.
that's life.
It's
That's
an
life.
easy out. Like you said, give
Yeah.
it time. Always give it time.
Like Jer and
Well,
Aj are doing their podcast, and they go, "These are the days," and it's so true. These are the days because they're
that's what we're
living.
trying to do too.
Yeah,
Thursdays, every
yes.
other Thursday. Okay, let's switch gears a little bit because you have a big announcement if people haven't heard. But Little
Yeah.
People Big World will be coming back when?
Well, I guess they announced the premiere of Little People Big World, and I'm sure many of you are going to think of it as being a kind of a different season, which we all thought so too. But it's going to really show some fun stuff. Um, some of us got together and raised some money, and just getting to know us as individuals a little bit more. But yeah, the premiere of Little People Big World will be airing in February 2024. So that's just
Yeah.
right around the corner, people. I hope
They're
you'll
right
watch.
around the corner.
Well,
Yes.
And
and I've just got to chime in.
yeah,
Amy gets to see the previews before anybody else, of course. But
yes.
it was so funny because she said, "Deb, you're a little tough on me. You kind of threw me
Deb
under
threw
the
me
bus."
underneath the bus, people.
And I said,
I was like, what?
"Did I say really bad things? Did I say the truth? I mean,
Yeah.
mind you, I love my Amy. So whatever I
Well,
said, I apologize now."
we all kind of have, and in this
It's
Rebecca's
editing,
asking,
people.
yeah, how's Matt and Karen, are you guys friendly? Before you answer that, Amy, when we film, because we filmed a dinner scene with Amy, Deb, the three of us, and some things were said, and the same thing, I'm like, oh, I was kind of negative about what was said. We'll watch all
Oh,
the
because you
episodes,
guys love
and then I
me.
think,
We love you.
yeah, well, it wasn't about you, it
I
was about
know.
Matt and Karen,
Yeah.
and sometimes I get just a little
Protective?
emotional about that,
Yeah,
protective,
yeah,
because you're my
Yeah.
friend, I love
yeah.
you,
Yeah.
and so
Yeah.
anyway, it's all good, and I think to answer this question, yes, you are
Well,
friendly.
I think that to your point though, Lisa, too, like I try and tell people, especially when we get together, or even Chris and I, when we're doing our thing, we're real. I mean,
Yeah,
we
that's
have
true.
like a conversation as if they're not even there. And
It's
when
reality.
they want
Yeah,
me to end the conversation, I look at them and I was like, no, no, we're not finished. Like,
yeah.
You're
wait a
not
minute.
Now,
finished.
now, what we say and what they choose to show what we
It's a whole
say
different program.
is a whole different thing. There can
Yeah.
be a
Yeah.
different side to what we're talking about
Welcome to editing.
that they decide to just post in there, and that's
But
okay.
it's not scripted. It's
It,
No,
not
no,
scripted.
no.
heavens, no.
We're not told
I've
what to
always
say
told
or
Lisa and
act. This
Deb.
is just like we're doing
Yeah.
here.
Yeah,
Well, I've always told Lisa and Deb when they're with me filming and everything. Um, you have the ability and the power to say, "No, I don't want it that question. No, I don't want
yeah,
to, go there or
yeah,
whatever it is." This is about you being a part of what I do, and you want to
yeah.
be real, authentic, and but it's editing. But to
Mhm.
But
answer that question,
It is.
it's been a lot of fun, you guys, because I
yeah,
loved every minute that we've done these shows for how long? For quite a while.
25
Out
seasons.
over
The
10.
premiere of our 25th season will air in February. That's huge. You
Yeah,
guys, like, that's huge. We're just shocked that TLC hasn't, maybe they'll do more of it leading up to airing this, but
yeah.
it's like 25 seasons. That's
That's
no
a lot.
walk in the park.
That's
You're in
like a
you're in
record.
the Guinness Book of World Records for
Well,
that.
I don't know if we are anymore because the way they did seasons then, how they're doing it now is completely different.
Yeah,
Like Survivor's on
Mm.
whatever episode.
yeah,
Well, they episodes are only like 8 or 10 episodes, maybe 12 or something like that. But they're filming constantly because they're changing their people out all the time.
yeah,
So they're filming
Oh
3 times
yeah.
a year. So season 1 cuz they did that one, season 2, season 3. Well, back in the day, our season was all of fall and into winter. It's not like how we're doing it now, where season
Right.
18 is in the fall, season 19 is, in the winter
Yeah.
time or whatever it is. So,
Right. And we filmed this back in July and August. So it's like, okay,
yeah.
now they're just going to air.
I know. It's been a
Well, a
while.
lot of
It's
it
been a
has to do
while.
because a lot of those networks have a lot of shows going on
Yeah,
and it's scheduling, you
exactly.
know. So,
But I can't wait. This is the first I've heard that it's coming back on in February. So,
yeah. Well, it's so funny because
Yep.
they called me and let me know like a few days ago or something. But with work, it's amazing what you forget when you're working differently than what I have been doing for the last 20 years. Um,
More.
yeah, or more. And I'm like, well, I can't be on my phone. Like I have to, that's all shut off and everything. So
yeah,
by the time I get home, I barely have social media to look at because I got to put dinner on the table, and it's all good, you know. So yeah.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
it.
Well, Connie said she loves your Christmas decorations, Debbie.
Thank you.
Debbie does a good
Yeah,
job.
pretty. She does.
I
She
appreciate it.
does.
It takes me like 4 days to decorate, and that wreath in the background, I decorate for every holiday.
Yeah. Yep.
So a lot of
I got
fun.
to
So
wrap up
pretty.
finishing
So
decorating
pretty.
my tree. This is the first time I have not been done Thanksgiving weekend
Oh.
Ooh.
in a
Oh,
long
yeah. You
time.
usually are the early.
Oh
You're the
yeah.
early
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I think excuse me. I think Deb and I got our tree at the same time, didn't we?
We did. We
Didn't we
did.
do
It
that?
was hilarious. Us using this big old cart walking out
Yeah.
of the store. It's
Wherever
like,
it
oh, we
was.
got this. I said, where's the crew to film us on this part? I love it.
Well, listen,
That's
Lisa, we should
funny.
give
Yeah.
a
And
toast
because
because I think we're going to do another live before the new year, right?
we're going to have a Christmas special, special guest, Andy Stokes, on, who's going to sing an
Oh,
original
yeah.
Christmas song.
Ooh, I love that.
So
Yeah, that'd
he's
be
just
great.
written that. So pretty exciting. He's Grammy nominated and pretty cool guy. Been on the show a few times. He sang he was the
Yes.
one, Deb, that
He sang
sang
at
At
at the
prom?
the prom.
prom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hmm.
I love
Yeah.
that. That was such a
Yeah.
fun
So
night.
very fun.
I
Very
love
fun.
that.
All right. Well, let's go through and well, I wanted to say too, Cassandra got your cookbook today. So that's going to
Oh,
be
good.
our surprise
Yeah.
for the day.
It's
So
going to be
we are
fudge and a
going to
cookbook.
have fudge and a cookbook, you guys. That's going to be the gifts for this December live. So
We wish you a
once
Merry Christmas. We wish you a
Christmas,
Merry
we wish you
Christmas.
Merry Christmas. We
Wish you
wish.
a Merry
Okay.
Christmas.
Swish you. We used to say swish you. Swish
Swish
Oh,
you.
you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the
Swish
code?
you.
I
All right. The
interrupted.
code is happy holidays. So everybody go ahead and start putting in happy holidays
Happy
for the code.
holidays.
Happy holidays.
And
Da,
I
da,
don't know
da,
the
da,
rest.
da, da,
Da-da.
da, 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 da,
Happy
da,
holidays
to
to you.
you. All right. So happy holidays. People are starting to do that. Type that in. We're going to pick 2 lucky winners. You're going to get fudge and a cookbook. The cookbooks are on Amazon.
Yes.
And we can put the QR code up
Or you
there
can find
maybe
it
again,
at Amy
Naveed.
Roloff's Little Kitchen as well.
Yeah, to order as well. Yeah, and we have fun aprons on there if you want to do like a kitchen gift theme for your friends, family. Throw an apron in there from Amy Roloff's Little Kitchen. We have some fun stuff up there. We really this year didn't do a lot or put a holiday store together, which was kind of sad for me because I like
Yeah.
doing that. But here's a yeah, one of
Well, we
the
don't have the this one
oh my
up.
god. We should have a holiday one.
I don't
He's
know.
looking for it.
Yeah.
We'll do the cookbook. If he grabs that, fine. If not,
Yeah.
but yeah, aprons, cookbooks, a lot
Fudge.
of fun stuff. Fudge.
Yeah, we trimmed
Lots of
down
yummy stuff.
the store a little bit because next year if all goes well, I want to kind of focus on more specific things. So hopefully we'll have the store that we have now, but plus a few
Yeah.
cool other items.
Yeah. So Cal says, I've used your pie crust 2 years
Oh
now.
wow,
Awesome. You
Cal,
do make
thank
yummy pie
you.
crust. You
Yeah,
do make pie crust.
Oh
she
yeah,
does.
no thank.
Yes.
Oh yeah, okay. I want to make a note on the pie crust.
Okay.
Usually, I'm too lazy to get out my food processor because in my pantry needs cleaning out. Let me tell you. But I have to climb this ladder, this step ladder, because my why I didn't put it on a lower shelf is beyond me. But my food processor is up on that, like third shelf. So I have to climb this ladder. It's kind of heavy,
It's
That's
grab it, and
high.
then
heavy.
step down. And so I'm too lazy to get it half the time. So I use a pastry cutter and, stuff like that to make my pie crust. I am becoming more of a believer that it's worth getting out your food processor to incorporate that butter within all of the flour. I use a little bit of butter, a little bit of shortening, and just a hint of sugar depending on the crust you're making. And then obviously ice water as well, a little bit of salt. But anyway, food processor. I've made it. I'm for bunko. I made these little mini quiches.
Ooh.
So if I have a quiche recipe, I can't even remember if I have a quiche recipe in this cookbook. Just cut
I
that in
think there
half
is.
and make a bunch of mini quiches. That works well too. But
Ooh,
anyway,
I like
Fun.
food
I
And
processor.
Cal said
I'm
they
loving.
did use the food.
Oh yes,
Yes, works
yep.
amazing.
Cal, no, I'm recommending a food processor now.
I love
Pastry
that.
cutter is for something small. And if you don't have a food processor, the pastry cutter works. Food processor is just so much better. I'm like, oh my
yeah.
gosh, I do like this pie crust recipe.
Yours is yummy.
Yeah.
I do agree.
I
Yours
love
is
your pie
very, very
crust. I
yummy.
cannot
Yeah.
make a pie crust.
No, I
Oh,
like making a pie crust.
okay. We've got our winners. Drum roll, please. Okay, Naveed,
Brrr.
post up on the on
Oh,
the
a
screen.
drum
You
roll.
are
Pa
drum
rum
roll.
pa bum bum rum pa bum bum.
Facebook, Crystal Sandy.
Facebook, Crystal Sandy.
Oh, my pen went out. Oh dear.
YouTube,
Okay,
Maria
Maria
Potter.
Potter. Okay. So, Maria and Crystal, please reach out to me. You can email me at arlittlekitchen@gmail.com. And please also send me your address so I can get those ordered for you. So, it's the fudge and the cookbook, and it's Crystal Sandy and Maria Potter. And for those of you who didn't win today, Navita put the QR code back up for the fudge. Yeah, and shoot me an email, arlittlekitchen@gmail.com. But yeah, let's look at the QR code for ordering the fudge. It's awesome for this time of year. You'll should have plenty of time to get it for the holidays. Bring it to any of your functions you go
Or
to.
it's great to mail out to your family members that
Yeah.
are far away from you as
I
well.
do that.
And
I used to do C's
yeah,
candy and now I do the
yeah.
fudge because I do. I love it more.
But even, for your kids that are either in college and staying out there or it's yeah, it comes in a great little package. Wonderful.
Yeah. Yes. So congratulations. And again, and the cookbook too. So maybe put the cookbook up there as
But yeah,
well, Naveed.
these are just options. It makes wonderful gifts, and I just appreciate you guys,
You'll love
willing
the
to get it
cookbook.
tried. Yeah,
Love it.
I love the cover. It's great.
Yes.
Y'all
It
picked a
turned
good
out
one.
well. Woohoo.
You know,
All right. Wow. We just sailed through that, didn't we, ladies?
We did.
We did.
We did. Okay. Well, any other things you want to talk about? Does
Well,
anybody have any other?
I think, just like in everything, people just give yourself a little grace over the holidays. Um, Nothing has to be absolutely perfect, but
No.
everyone will know that you put a lot of heart and love into whatever you're
Yeah.
doing, and just have fun time
Yep.
gathering with family or friends or going out and yeah, just Christmas is about hope, just getting together. So
Hope,
yeah,
love, like
Exactly.
you mentioned, and yeah,
peace,
and
joy.
and love you, ladies. Love
Yeah,
everybody in our community here. You guys are our friends. We love gathering with
I love
you
hanging
and
out.
I love
just
it.
hanging out. We'll have another one in 2 weeks, so look for that and some
And I
fun
think that's just
music.
before New Year's, right? Yeah.
Christmas, before Christmas, the
Okay.
17th.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Good,
So,
because we'll probably talk to, maybe just a little bit about New Year's, and then when we get into the new year, how is New Year's going?
right,
Um,
right.
I think after such a wonderful holiday, oh, I think it's December 19th.
Yes.
We'll
Thank you.
we'll have our next live December 19th.
I can't
I think
wait
Yep.
to see
sometimes
Andy
coming
on there.
after such a hype and just such a fun month and celebrating the Christmas holiday or whatever some of you may do. And then come January, you think, man, this year looks daunting.
Yes.
What am I going
Yes.
to accomplish? And then we got taxes coming around. It's like, oh, it's like January,
Oh dear.
take a breather.
Oh,
January is about
yeah.
taking a
Yes.
breather.
Yes.
Thank you, Connie, for buying the cookbook.
Yeah,
We
thank you.
appreciate that.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's awesome.
yeah.
Awesome.
And I
Well,
also, if you do get the cookbook, let me know some of your thoughts. There's a lot of pages where if you change something in that recipe, there's lots of room to make your own notes. So when you go back to it, you'll remember what you did as well. And so, yeah, let me know your thoughts. And if you want to share a review, hopefully positive,
yeah. Oh yeah.
on Amazon,
Yes.
that would be great.
And we are coming out with a second cookbook to kind of pair with this
Ooh,
and a journal. We're working on a journal right now
love
as
it.
well. So, lots of fun stuff for 2024. So, I love it too.
Yeah. So, Merry
All right.
Christmas to you all. A happy new year. And thank you so much for your love and support and encouragement over this year. And we hope that we gave a little bit of that back to you. So, we'll
Yes.
see you guys
Yes,
on.
and I hope yes, sorry.
No, I just said we'll see you on
Oh,
December 19th.
yes, and I hope for some people that were sad that maybe this time can break up some of what you're going through and we can bring you a little joy as well. So,
Yeah.
all right.
Deb,
So
friend,
remember,
thank you for being on.
You're welcome,
yay,
guys. This is so
hugs,
much
hugs. All right. So remember to be kind, think kind, and stay kind.
And
And Amy,
always remember you're an MVP because you do matter, you do have value, and you do have purpose. So, Melissa, remember that, and all of you guys. But in turn, share that with other people because they also matter, have
fun.
value, and purpose.
absolutely.
Amen.
So,
Yes.
Amen. All right. Until next time,
Merry
everybody.
Christmas.
Thank you for joining today. And we'll see you on the 19th.
Thank you guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Thanks,
You're
Deb.
welcome. Love you guys.
Bye.
Love you too. Bye, handsome.